It's easy to think that Prague is just the Prague Castle in the Old Town, but did you know that there is another, a bit older castle? A castle from which, according to the local legends, the history of Prague really started? Well, let me introduce you to Vyšehrad Castle. The oldest archaeological finds at the Vyšehrad Castle date back to 10th century. The very first king who decided to make it a royal seat was King Vratislav II, who, after disagreements with his brother, at that time the Archbishop of Prague, decided to move to the Vyšehrad Castle in year 1070. A Czech kings reigned from here for another 70 years. Over the upcoming centuries, Vyšehrad went through the periods of prosperity and destruction, and until this day it remains a unique spot in Prague's history. So, let us show you around. You can arrive to Vyšehrad by metro or a tram number 17. We chose the tram arriving to the tram stop called Výtoň, and from here, from the riverside, let me walk with you up the hill. This is called Cihelná brána, or a brick gate, which was built as a result of the construction of the new road in year 1841. Inside the gate, you can find a unique exhibition which introduces you into the history of the Prague's fortification as well as fortification of Vyšehrad, and also go on an excursion through the Casemates of Vyšehrad and also visit the Gorlice Hall, amazing hall where you can find 6 of the original statues from the Charles Bridge. These amazing tunnels were originally built to allow army to quickly go through the fortification without being targeted and seen. At the end of the casemate, you come to this amazing hall called Gorlice. Originally used as a gathering ground for the soldiers, nowadays it's used as an amazing hall where you can find 6 of the original statues from the Charles Bridge. After walking through the brick gate, you can walk up to the walls of the Vyšehrad Castle, which provide you with amazing panoramic views all across the city. But it's not just the views. In one part, you can also find an outdoor theater. St. Peter and St. Paul's Basilica is a beautiful neo-Gothic church which is given this appearance at the end of 19th and beginning of 20th century. However, the church changed its appearance many times. The oldest archaeological finds actually suggest that the oldest, probably Romanesque church was standing here probably as early as 10th century. Nowadays, you can walk through the church, take a look at its beautiful interior, and also visit the nearby cemetery where every single grave is a beautiful art piece. Vyšehrad Cemetery is primarily known to the locals as the cemetery for all the most famous and the most important people of our country. When you walk through the cemetery, you're going to realize that every grave is a beautiful, gorgeous art piece. At the very far back, you can also find Slavín, which is a big crypt dedicated to the most famous Czech personas of 19th and 20th century. Only a few steps from Leopold's Gate into Vyšehrad Castle, you can find a Rotunda of St. Martin from 11th century. What is interesting, Rotunda was near to its complete destruction in 19th century. They're building this brand new road through the Vyšehrad Castle, but thankfully, due to the efforts of Count Karel Chotek, they decided to preserve Rotunda, but they just needed to change its entrance from the original entrance, which is right now bricked up, to the current entrance. By the way, one interesting fun fact is that you can still find in Rotunda original Prussian cannonball from the Prussian siege of Prague in year 1757, which still until this day is stuck in the church's wall. Our last stop at the Vyšehrad Castle is Hospůdka na Hradbách, a local beer garden where you can, after a long journey through the Vyšehrad Castle, sit down, have a glass of cold beer and enjoy the panoramic view over the city. So I hope you enjoyed our journey through the Vyšehrad Castle and find it interesting enough to visit it by yourself. Don't forget to check the bonus article, link down below the video, where we share more amazing tips on what to see in here. Lastly, And don't forget to check us out on our socials on the Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, where you can find tons of other useful tips about Prague and things that are off the beaten path. So, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next videos, and until the next time, cheers!